Hello everyone, welcome to another video from Btech. So today we will discuss the two main theorems from vector calculus, that is Gauss Theorem and Stokes Theorem. So I'll just give you the statements and the graphical explanation for these. Problems will be done in the next video. So this video is mainly to make you understand or make you feel good how easy the theorems are and how easily you can memorize the formula of these theorems. So let's get into the video. So let's start with Gauss's theorem. The normal surface integral of a vector function f over the boundary of a closed region is equal to the volume integral of divergence of f taken throughout the region. So as you read the statement, you come across two integrals, that is a surface integral and a volume integral. So let me say you that Gauss's theorem mainly connects two integrals, surface integral and volume integral. Okay. So let me explain the statement with the help of a figure. Okay. I take a closed region. Let it be a sphere. Okay. And if some quantity is there, like if an electric flux is there or electric charge is there, okay, somewhat not at the center or somewhat nearby to the center, okay. So definitely this electric charge, since it is a positive charge, it starts to expel out its flux, okay, and flux is not constrained to this region alone because it crosses the closed region also, isn't it? The electric flux will pierce out the region out of that sphere and go outside. Okay, let us connect this statement with the help of this figure. Okay, see, please consider this figure as a 3D one. That means you have to consider that the electric flux is emerging out of your screen too. Okay, so anyway, let's connect the statement and the figure here. That is normal surface integral of a vector function f. So let this electric flux is a vector function f. Okay. So the normal surface integral of that f over the boundary of a closed region. See, this is the closed region, and from this boundary, from the boundary of the closed region, let us take only the normal component, which means sometimes the flux will be emerging out in an inclined fashion. In such cases, you need to take only the normal component of this inclined flux. Okay. So what I mean is only take the normal flux lines that emerge out from the boundary of this closed region. Okay. So the normal surface integral of a vector function over the boundary of a closed region. Okay, only take the normal component. If in the case there is an inclined electric flux, just take the normal component of that particular inclined flux. Okay, so that all those flux lines, all those normal flux lines taken over the boundary of a closed region is equal to the volume integral of divergence of f. That is, here in this case, the positive charge is giving out its electric flux lines, or the electric flux lines are diverging out from the positive charge. So here the term divergence comes out. That is, we have to take the divergence of the electric flux and the divergence occurring, to be specific, the divergence occurring inside the volume. Okay, so the volume integral of a divergence inside the region will be equal to the normal component, normal flux lines that emerge out from the boundary of that closed region. So that's it, all about the Gauss's theorem, about the statement. So let's put the same into a mathematical equation. Okay, so let's see. The first statement tells about the surface integral. Okay, surface integral of this closed region. So in this case, it is the sphere, the periphery of the sphere, isn't it? So here surface integral means double integral, and we need the normal component of the flux lines. So f dot n cap. N cap means indicates the normal component to the surface ds. Okay, so f dot n cap ds in the complete boundary of the region, that is double integral s. Okay, so the surface integral or the first section is ready, is equal to the volume integral of divergence of f. See, the divergence occur inside the region, isn't it? So inside the region there is a volume, I mean inside this region means it indicates the volume, isn't it? So triple integral volume. Okay, and what happens inside this volume? Simple, divergence is occurring inside this volume. So it is divergence of f dv. Okay, so instead of div f, you can also make it as del dot f. All the basics related to the vector calculus is uploaded in the previous video. You can check into that. So this is the mathematical statement of Gauss's theorem. Since there is a term divergence coming here, we can also call this theorem as Gauss's divergence theorem. Fine. So this is all about Gauss's theorem. Now let's see what is Stokes theorem is. So Stokes theorem says that surface integral of the curl of a vector f over a surface S is equal to the line integral of the vector f around the boundary of the surface. So as you read through, you can see two integrals coming up here, that is the surface integral and the line integral. So Stokes theorem relates a surface integral and line integral. So let me describe this with the help of a diagram. So here it specifies or it says about the curling of a vector f over a surfaces. Okay, so let us take a rotating vector or a curling vector. For example, velocity. Okay, if there is a cyclone etc., you can say that there is a velocity which is rotating around the point, isn't it? So this is a rotating vector. Let me draw one more. Okay, so this rotation happens in one surface. Okay, so for that I draw a surface, a square surface. Okay, and this, the outer vector is just like this. Okay, the outer vector is put into the boundary of the surface, and the inside vector is a small square inside the larger square. It's also taking a clockwise direction. Okay, so these two, or I redraw the two velocity vectors into a square format, okay, for easy understanding. So from this figure we understand that the two vectors are rotating or curling in a surface S. Okay, and your surface is the square surface. This is your surface. Okay, this is your square surface. Okay, and now let me divide the complete square surface into smaller units. Okay, that means I divide the complete square into smaller units just like this. Okay, which means inside the bigger square you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 squares inside it. Okay, and for each square unit, let us redraw or let us cut short the complete full vector into 3 smaller vectors. That is, if you have a vector of 3 units, you can split it up as single vector, single 3 vectors addition, isn't it? 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit becomes 3 units. 3 magnitude of the complete vector will be 3 units. Okay, similarly, this complete bigger vector can be split to 3 small unit vectors. Okay, and here also the 3 small unit vectors, here also the same, and here also this vector is split to 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and inside since the length is same, so this is just one vector, no need to split it again. Here also the length is same, so simply one vector. Here also the length is same. Here also the length is same, so the single vector is there for the smaller square. Okay, so now for each surface, as I've said, the complete square is your complete surface. Okay, so for individual unit surface, let us see how many vectors are going to curl. Okay, so here you can see that for this unit surface, you can see that 2 vectors are curling, or or having a difference in its direction. So, two vectors are curling here. Here, none of the vectors are curling, isn't it? Both vectors go in a straight way. Okay, so there is no curling vectors, but here the vectors curl around. Two vectors are having different direction. So, here also no vectors curl off, and here 2, 0, 2, 0. And what about in the middle? How many vectors change its direction? 4 vectors are changing its direction. So, number of vectors that curl around is 4. So, total vectors that curl is equal to 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4. That is 2, 4, 8, 12. Okay, 12 vectors are curling. Okay. So, the first half of the statement is ready. Surface integral of the curl of a vector f over a surface S. Which is our surface? Our surface is the bigger square. Okay. Bigger square is equal to the line integral of f around the boundary of the surface. The boundary of the surface. That is the boundary of the bigger square. Okay. How many vectors are there? How many, when we take the line integral of that particular vector f, you need to count the number of unit vectors that comprises the boundary of that square, isn't it? How many unit vectors are there in the boundary of the bigger square? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Which means number of vectors in the boundary of the surface S is equal to 12. So, thus it is proved. Okay. So, the statement is that easy to memorize. The surface integral of the curling of the vector over the surface, isn't it? When you take the surface integral, it means the complete area is considered. That is what is meant by surface integration. Okay. So, the complete curling vectors in a surface is equal to the number of unit vectors in the boundary of that particular surface. Okay. Now, let us put the same statement into mathematical equation. That is, surface integral of the curl of f means, surface integral means it is the double integral, curling means it is del cross f. Okay. And you can see that the curling happens in a plane. Okay. The curling occurs in one plane, and every plane has got its direction perpendicular to it. See, for every plane, the direction of the plane is the perpendicular to that plane. Okay. So, for that indication, we need dot n cap ds. That's n cap is the direction perpendicular to the surface ds. Okay. So, the surface integral is ready, which is equal to the line integral of f around the boundary. So, line integral means it is closed integral f dot dr. Okay. So, this is the line integral C. I mean, this boundary is C and the surface is S. The surface is S. Okay. So, it is that easy to memorize the Stokes theorem formula, also the Gauss theorem formula as well. So, if you like the video, if you got interested towards this vector calculus basic formula or the main important theorems, Stokes theorem and Gauss theorem, please do like the video, subscribe it, share it with your friends. Till we meet in the next class, this is Minu signing off. Thank you and take care.